Let's go.
If you smell what the Gauntlet is cooking.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to another episode of the Gauntlet Podcast. As you guys know, it was a very tough week in terms of football, especially in the community of the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens lost 26-year-old linebacker Jalen Ferguson. So thoughts are with his family, absolutely. And also Super Bowl champion Tony Siragusa also passed away. So we are going to have a moment of silence for these fallen gentlemen. And as all of you well know, our JJ Jenkins is a Ravens fan, a huge Ravens fan, and I'm going to give him the floor and the opportunity to speak about these gentlemen and what they meant to not only the Ravens fan base, but, everyone around them. So let's give the floor to JJ now.
Oh, well, hello, everybody. Very sad day in Baltimore. Tony Siragusa was a gentleman that was instrumental to that vaunted defense that gets revered in legendary status. And above all, he was a great human being. He always made you laugh. He was always about, camaraderie, family. And so it's a big loss to have him. He's one of those guys that doesn't get the notoriety because he doesn't have the Pro Bowls or the All Pros. But everyone on that defense, from Rod Woodson to Chris McAllister to Ray Lewis to Michael McCreary, would tell you Goose was where it started and where it ended when in terms of stopping the run and just being a very impactful defense. And Jalen Ferguson, Sack Daddy was somebody that came in with high expectations, didn't exactly start off on the best way, but he had a very close relationship with Patrick Queen. Those two had plans to really become a dynamic duo with Baltimore. It's just so young. We're some of us are in our 30s and some of us are in our 40s, but he was 26. And it just really has been sometimes a little bit tragic in Baltimore because Baltimore is not uncommon or strangers to losing players at very young ages. This comes on the heels of maybe just getting over Trayvon Walker a couple years ago, who was only 24, 25. It hit both on the same day, and it just had to be us. And so my prayers go out to Jalen Ferguson's family, Tony Siragusa, Goose's family. Appreciate you guys for what you guys meant to my team, what you guys meant to our city. And just, it's just not something I thought I was going to wake up to, but it happened. And it's just, my thoughts and prayers go out to them and their families.
Absolutely. Thoughts and prayers out to everyone. Now, without further ado, let's get the crew in the building. We got Dom's cigarette pack, aka Jay Nelson, in the house. And then we got Detroit Dom versus everybody with the cigarette pack, with the sunglasses in the house on the hat. So what's going on, gentlemen? How you guys doing?
And the glasses is upside down.
That they stand better that way.
They do.
Because that part of your head is wider than up here, so the hinges, the Audi is cleaner than it's been since I bought it.
I like getting
you want to talk about cigarette packs. I'll leave it at that. Let's go. What do we got?
Sports morons of the week,
is money.
Sports morons of the week, guys. Obviously, everyone watching, you guys know this is part of the show where we take a look in the world of sports and we talk about, some of the dumbest moments, whether it be dumb quotes or, maybe just, a bad performance or anything like that. If a player's talking trash, whatever the case may be. But let's go ahead and let's turn it over to.
Oh, guess it's on me. Okay, so my sports moment of the week. Now, I want to get it on the record, and those of you who have me on Facebook, I put a post up on NBA draft night about how proud I was of all the players that had made it. There was a lot of tears, a lot of emotions in the building. It seems like some goals have really been met that night, and of course they've got, a long career to go to reach even more goals. So I just want to put it on record that everyone out there, I'm proud of you for making it, okay? Now, here is where I kind of put my foot in the sand here, okay? So there's confidence, and then there's going a little too far when you're unproven. So, I was going to say his name right. Benedict Mathurin was drafted to the Indiana Pacers. And when he was interviewed on, his thoughts about being drafted and everything, he said, and I quote, "I don't think anybody is better than me. LeBron's going to have to show me he's better than me." This is a Bleach Report article that says that he's ready to face the king. But I want you to zone in on him saying LeBron's going to have to show me he's better than me. Bro, he's shown you since probably before you were alive. Okay? I don't know where you've been the last 20-something years, but he's been that guy. I get it. You want to get in the league and give him everything that you got. Cool, okay? But to come in and talk like you're a gatekeeper, okay, now you're stepping on, hostile ground here. You know what I mean? And we've seen this before. We've seen this play out so many times. The youngster gets in there and gets schooled by the veteran. And man, this when the Lakers face the Pacers, I will be front row because I want to see this go down. I want to watch this go down. I want Bron to deliver a Vince Carter level jam to embarrass him and humble this dude. Because to come in and say, "You're going to have to show me that you're better than me," dude, all right. I mean, I got nothing else. That was my sports moron of the week. If you digress, okay, fine. If you agree, cool. All right, go ahead, Jimmy.
You know what? We going 2 for 2 because that was my sports moron of the week as well. Young man, I get it. You want people to pay attention to you. You want people to pay attention to Indiana. You want people to sit here and make noise, but must we always do this? Like, how many times do we have to sit here and make a claim at LeBron James? We know you're not better than him. We know you're not going to have. We know you're just talking. And now you may end up like Brandon Knight. And at the end of the day, I don't know if you really want that because that kind of way you're talking, you scream false bravado. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, Lord, oh my God. I was like, here we go. Another young man coming into this game thinking they're better than a guy that literally has more All-Stars than almost his age probably. And so it's just like, there are other ways. Why don't you pick on a player that is good, that's trying to be better? Why pick on this guy? But you know what? I get it because Jay just backed it up and said he's going to be paying attention to this game. I just don't know if you want them to pay attention to this game because you may not like what's going to happen to you when this game comes about. I remember when LeBron James and Kyle Kuzma faced off at the Lakers when we went to LA. And, Kyle was really out to prove himself. And LeBron had been kind of like skating on like, a subpar LeBron's like games. The man was back to like 2003 and was jumping in, getting hype, everything. And I seen Kyle Kuzma literally sit there and look like he ain't know what the heck was going on. I would hate to kind of figure out what happens to you. But, hey, it's your thing. Do your thing, bro. We got you. I'll be there watching. I'm just going to be sitting there. If I was one of your teammates, I ain't going to lie. I'll be sitting there looking at you like, sir, you wanted this. You wanted it. So, Benedict, you're my sports moron of the week.
Funny that you say Pacers and Lakers. We're going to stay in the same book, NBA, same chapter, Pacers and Lakers. My sports moron is Lakers GM Rob Pelinka, who placed a phone call to said Indiana Pacers and offered Russell Westbrook, but wanted picks and Malcolm Brogdon back. Shortly thereafter, he was laughed off the phone by the Indiana Pacers GM. That's all I got. Russell Westbrook, you are untradeable, sir. And no, you will not get traded a second time for John Wall.
Okay, pretty interesting so far with Sports Morons. This is an NFL show, and it looks like I'm the only person that's going to have a sports moron in the NFL for this week. So obviously, I think a few weeks ago we did have Tyreek Hill as the sports moron of the week for saying that basically, yeah, Mahomes has a better arm, but Tua is a more accurate thrower. I get all that. Was that a stupid statement? Absolutely. But when you have Kansas City Chiefs fans that is sending death threats to Tyreek Hill because he said that. If you call the man stupid, if you call him an idiot, sure, that's fine. That's what Sports Moron of the Week segment is for. You know, call into the gauntlet and, you know, voice your opinion on why you think Tyreek Hill is a doofus for saying that. That's fine. But, yeah, I mean, sending people death threats over something like that, especially someone like Tyreek Hill, was a great player for your team and was a major reason why you guys were Super Bowl champions. You know, him and Kelsey and obviously Mahomes, you know, the trio of those being coached by Andy Reid. That was the biggest reason why they were able to beat the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. So you're going to send the man death threats after he gave a lot of, you know, good years to your organization. You know, that's just very low class. And, you know, it just shows that Kansas City Chiefs fans are not grateful for the players that helped them win a championship. So it's kind of disgusting at the end of the day, but Kansas City Chiefs fans for doing that, you guys are absolutely sports morons of the week. So, guys, let's bring the crew back into the building. We got our first caller of the night. We got Will Bogle. What's up, Will?
Not much.
All right.
Thanks for calling in, bro. We definitely missed you.
To the
And then we
Gauntlet
got
Podcast, you're live. Well, where are you calling from?
His room.
From
got our first caller. Will
Sound like a
Bogle.
His house.
like a radio
Dom,
personality.
are you sure? All I have to say, it's not Area 51. Shh.
Area 51. That's exactly what someone that's in Area 51 would want us
I don't get it.
to know. But our player of the week is going to be Mr. Rob Gronkowski, who retired from the NFL this week. But real quick, before we get to that, special word from our sponsors.
I'm running like my hair's on fire, and I don't intend to stop even when my legs grow tired. And I got a message from Colorado straight from Texas, captured most of me, just let me be.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely, guys. Make sure you guys check out the link in the description. Shop Yeti coolers, best coolers on the market. Obviously, it's the time of year everyone's going to the beach. Perfect for going to the beach. Perfect for outdoors, camping, all that type of stuff. So, guys, player of the week, Rob Gronkowski retired from the NFL this week.
I'll ask my question later. Don't worry.
For the second time. So, Rob, he had 621 receptions for around 9,200 yards for his career in 11 NFL seasons. He did win 4 Super Bowls. He did win 4 first-team All-Pros. So he was definitely a great tight end. And don't forget that he does currently hold the record for most touchdowns by a tight end in a single season, I believe, and then also the most touchdowns by a tight end in a NFL postseason for their career as well. So great player. Injuries kind of derailed his – not really derailed his career, but if he did not see as many concussions and other things like that, he probably could have played a little bit longer. Obviously, you see the big debate is going to be between Gronk versus Tony Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez had, 6 first-team All-Pros and 17 NFL seasons, so he played quite a few more years. Whereas you see Gronk, he had the 4 in 11 seasons, so he played a few more seasons. He might have been able to catch Tony G in a lot of those regards. From an athletic standpoint, what he was able to do is speed, everything. He was a matchup
Antonio
problem.
Gates just texted me and he said, "What am I, James? Chopped liver?"
Well, Gronk's better than Antonio Gates, but we're not going to get into all of that.
He is not.
Yes, he is. I mean,
Yes.
he's more athletic.
That's your opinion, sir.
He's bigger, stronger, better blocker, more physical, faster. I mean, in what way is Antonio better than him? I'd love for you to explain.
I think he's got better numbers.
Are you sure?
I'm not 100%
How many
sure.
All-Pros? How many first-team All-Pros?
I'm pretty sure.
How many Super Bowls?
I mean, we're not crediting. So we're crediting Rob Gronkowski's Super Bowls to him. We're not giving those to Tom Brady or Bill Belichick.
Touchdowns in a postseason? How many touchdowns in a single regular season?
It's the San Diego Chargers. It's their motto.
Okay, he played with Philip Rivers.
We'll show you a way to F it up.
Philip Rivers is a great quarterback. Don't act like he didn't play with a good quarterback. Like, what are you?
A good quarterback, not a great quarterback.
Philip Rivers is not great. He was a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, very good, not great. Not I don't know. Is he Hall of Famer? We're getting sidetracked.
Okay, but anyway, Jay, I'm gonna give you the floor now. Thoughts on Rob Gronkowski?
Man, NFL 2010s all-decade team, NFL 100th all-anniversary team. Absolutely, you look at the famous connections in history, and you know that you are revered and in basically hallowed ground when they compare the combination of Brady to Gronk with the Montana to Rice and Bradshaw to Stallworth and Aikman to Irvin and so forth. The crazy part is those aforementioned was wide receiver was quarterback to wide receiver. This being wide receiver to tight end. Rob Gronkowski, and you get somebody who repopularized the spike, a basic spike for a football celebration, but he kind of did it almost like he's throwing a taco into the ground or through the ground. And they call it the Gronk spike, which is a basic spike, but anyway, I always found that funny. Like through the ground, it's hilarious. But anyway, over 9,000 receiving yards. I mean, absolutely. I foresee this dude being a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think if not for the injuries, we probably may have seen him go maybe 3-4 more years. He's still a young man. I've been watching, the reports and the opinions.
STFU about Tom Brady, Carol. Thanks. Unless you want to call in and talk about him, then we'll hang up on you. Sorry, Jay.
That'd be cool if she actually called in. But Gronk, I mean, I've been watching the stories all week long, and some people are thinking that it's for real this time. He's going away. Some are saying, no, I don't think that's it. Me personally, I think that's it. I think he has nothing else left to prove. He's easily a top 5 right now. Right now he's being revered, like Jimmy said. The only other one right now that you could argue with him is Tony Gonzalez. Although, in my opinion, I think when it's all over with, Kelsey's going to be up there too. But that's for another time, whenever that time comes. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But absolutely, Gronk, he earned it. He deserves it. Right now, he's the GOAT tight end. If not, GOAT alpha. Go ahead, JJ.
I can go last. Go ahead, Will.
Oh, I'm sorry. Will, go ahead.
No, thank you guys for having me on the show. I don't even have a question. I just wanted to be on the show because I always enjoy talking to you. Anyway, yes, Gronk is definitely up there. Top 5 tight end of all time. Definitely on a Mount Rushmore of tight ends. There were a lot of great tight ends in the 2000s, 2010s plus. You got Kittle, you got Kelsey, you got Gonzalez for the later few years of his career, Gates, and it all started with Gronk. Gronk was a beast, and he is definitely on my Mount Rushmore, and he is arguably, I'm not saying he is, but top 3 of Tom Brady's best weapons he's ever had.
Right.
I definitely agree with Jay. He has the numbers. He doesn't really need to come back because he's had foot injuries. He's had concussions. He doesn't even need to come back because he's already proved his legacy. If he does come back, who knows? He could get a devastating injury. Who knows? He could set more records. But honestly, I think if he came back and he went to like the Bucs again, he'd have good numbers. Would I say like amazing numbers? No, but yes, definitely one of the best tight ends of all time. That's all I have to say.
Dom?
So quote me on this, because I just looked. Rob Gronkowski's career numbers regular season are as follows: 621 catches, 9,286 yards, 92 touchdowns. Antonio Gates, 955, 11,841. Quiet down, I'm not done.
Played more seasons.
He did. My thing about Rob Gronkowski is this. He is a great tight end, one of the best ever. I also think some of his legacy is artificially inflated by playing with the greatest quarterback of all time under the greatest head coach of all time. He's still great. I like him. I would love to have him on my team. This is also the same Rob Gronkowski who fake retired. This is the same Rob Gronkowski who fake retired because he heard a rumor that had some legs to it about the Lions trying to trade for him. We didn't want you, Gronk.
I would have done the same
We
thing.
didn't want you, Gronk. Yeah, that's it. Go ahead, JJ.
He also dented his Super Bowl trophy.
Oh gosh. Anytime, I love you, Dom, because it always ties back to Detroit some way or somehow. This is never more evident with Gronk. I wish that boy was my best friend, because I ain't gonna lie.
Don't we all?
He seemed like the type to be like, listen, he's just who he is, okay? Let him be him. He means no harm. He's just a little out there. And, in terms of his play, bar none, at his height.
He's a meathead.
At his height, he's virtually unstoppable. Because in that year when he broke the record for tight end touchdowns in the season, he literally was the best weapon on the field. So his numbers do speak for himself. I do understand where Dom's coming from, because Antonio Gates is just as athletic. I can argue that he might be faster, may not be bigger, but I would
say Gates is a better athlete.
I could say he's faster.
Oh yeah, Gates.
Antonio Gates really did
agree with that.
Did great work with.
Well, he literally put a basketball team on his back, a MAC team, and took them to the Elite Eight. The dude never played. He hasn't played organized football since high school. Didn't play it in college, and then he was like, let me just go ahead and try this football thing out and be one of the 5 best ever.
I think the peak of Rob Gronkowski is the peak of my personal go and my personal favorite player, Shannon Sharp, if he was in this.
I thought you were going to say Ted.
Sharp was a beast.
Shannon Sharp is criminally underrated.
Yeah.
Personally, I would say Gronk was the matchup nightmare whenever we played them. And I'm happy for him. He loves to have fun. He doesn't care what nobody thinks about him. He's just that guy that knows that he's this big, dude who can dominate you on the football field. He wants to have fun. And I don't know if he's fully retired, but I don't really care.
You're right, Jeremiah.
I don't really care about the not retirement like I used to, because I'm very critical of Brett Favre. But with Rob Gronkowski, I would sit there and be like, listen.
What up, Randall? What up, Jeremiah?
I feel like you're going to make me laugh the whole freaking night.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing we didn't really mention, though, was...
Rob Gronkowski would definitely order 8 Jaeger bombs for 2 people.
Another thing we didn't really mention is how much of a personality Gronk has off the field.
Yeah.
Like, he's very funny. He's very outgoing.
JJ just did.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why everyone loves Gronk.
He's a
in the
meathead.
Patriots. But we gotta get to some NFL news. We were talking about the Deshaun Watson situation last week. We were talking about suspension possibly coming, and it probably still will. It probably still will, actually. But nonetheless, Deshaun Watson was able to settle 20 out of 24 of the civil cases. So only 4 cases remain against him. So do you guys think this is going to help his situation, or do you think it's not really going to make a difference?
It's not really going to make a difference. The NFL is still going to find a way to suspend him for at least a season. That's my foresight on it. Now, as far as him selling these cases, because we've all seen him staunch behind, I don't want to settle nothing because I believe I'm innocent. I'm fighting this. Someone really got in his ear and was like, it would be in your best interest to settle most of these, if not half of these,
Unless
I
they
think
void his
someone really,
contract, he can trick off
and,
that paper.
They
and
can. It's fully guaranteed.
but remember, if this whole thing is detrimental to the team, they could void his contract. Maybe that's a factor. Maybe Dom's onto something. Maybe that's a factor right there. You know what? Let me settle these and kind of get, because if it starts affecting my money, then that's going to be bad news. So I don't know. But me personally, I think it doesn't really make that much of a difference as far as his playing time goes. I think he's still going to be out of season. Go ahead, Wolf.
I agree with Jay. I've been a Deshaun fan since Clemson. I'm a Clemson fan. It sucks, this whole lawsuit and stuff. I'm very disappointed. But I agree with Jay. It doesn't make a difference. It's too little too late. If it was settled like right away, then maybe it would have made a little bit of a difference. But yeah, it's way too late. Let's see, it's June. It's like 3 months till football season, 2 months till football season. So yeah, it's too little, too late for Deshaun. I do agree with Jay. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I'm a Deshaun fan. I'm really disappointed how this went and stuff. But yeah, he's most likely going to get suspended for a season.
Dom?
I think that if you guys are familiar with what a box and whiskers plot is, a plot of points, the box is everything in the middle, the whiskers are the outliers. The box is that 1 year, and I think it's actually very small. A year makes the most sense, but my prediction is he either gets like two to four games, maybe 6, or he never plays another down in the NFL again. And I think that might be the most likely scenario.
Wow.
That's bold. What's your reasons for him never playing it down again? Because I mean, something's got to go. Something's got to be cataclysmic in order for you to say.
Let's make a comparison, and JJ can speak on this when he's done. In your guys' mind, what's worse? What Ray Rice did once, or what Deshaun Watson has done allegedly up to 24 times? Ray Rice got blackballed for punching a woman in the clearly it's not okay. It's an extreme situation. Right. I could see him getting blackballed. I would not be surprised at all.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think so.
If that happened, I would be shocked. I would be very, very shocked. I could see him possibly getting.
How shocked were you when Ray Rice never played another down in the NFL?
No, I wasn't that shocked. I mean, the video was brutal.
Joe Mixon did something just as bad. Kareem Hunt did something just as bad.
Even though Kareem Hunt got another chance, but that's
the only thing that I can think of. The only thing that
I don't deserve another chance. But in America, aren't they entitled to one?
No, what I said was Kareem Hunt did get another chance. That's what I said.
As far as between
any less bad than what Ray Rice did?
As far as between Ray Rice and Deshaun Watson goes, the only thing that I can see is Ray Rice was a solid running back. Deshaun Watson's a superstar quarterback. You know how they feel about quarterbacks.
That's also true. When we last saw Deshaun, he was probably top 5. He might not be top 5 anymore because people like Burrow, people like Justin Herbert.
He'll probably get that year, and he'll complain and appeal it, and they'll say, "No, you sat out a year thinking you were going to circumvent all this, but no, you're getting a year."
To that
JJ,
point, I kind of have to challenge Jay on this because Ray Rice was actually a top 10 running back, was one of the best dual threat running backs when this situation happened, and he's a big reason why. He was considered, yes, absolutely.
He was on the decline.
Ray Rice was as good as a running back as Deshaun is a quarterback.
Absolutely not, because Ray Rice won his Hodge contract because he was one of the best dual threat running backs in the league. He led the league in scrimmage yards from the running back position, so let's not get that twisted. Number two,
Not the year before it happened.
the biggest thing
But
about
go ahead.
I know when Ray Rice got his contract because I followed that extensively. And he got that contract based off how he effort as a second-round pick who turned into a beast for this Ravens team. So second thing about that is he was on video, and the context with his situation was it was unprovoked. It wasn't as if,
Essentially
because
permanent. Wow.
Joe Mixon was on video, but he's still playing. But his was provoked because the girl was giving racial slurs and things of that nature. So in terms of the situations, I don't really kind of put Ray Rice in this context because at the end of the day, Ray Rice was kind of the example. Let's be real honest about that. He was the example. And after that, Greg Hardy came and then did this. Now to
What about
Deshaun
Adrian Peterson then?
Adrian Peterson too, Tyreek Hill, Antonio Brown, however you want to slice it and dice it and trice it. Ray Rice was the example. And the biggest reason why he was the example is because the Ravens, foul play. We knew about 2 months before it was debuted, and we talked to NFL, was communicating with them about it. We tried to get over on it, and it didn't work. But that's why he was kind of ultimately blackballed. But in terms of Deshaun Watson, I think what I learned about his particular case is settlement doesn't always mean guilt. When I was about 18 to about 22, I worked at a law firm for about 4 years. So I've learned that settlements mean, if you keep playing in this game and keep fighting the battle, sometimes the admin fees with the attorneys and things can be more than a lawsuit itself as you continue going on. Because if you're trying to get off in a high-profile case like this, that requires money. These lawyers do not charge cheap. And so at the end of the day,
He's got the money. He just wants to put it behind him and turn the page.
But at the end of the day, because I think Deshaun is looking at it is, at the end of the day, there is a very good chance I could lose this, and then it could paint my image in the back way. Let me, because these women really feel like I've wronged them, and I apologize for that. Let me find a way to settle this with these people so that way we can try to move on. What this means is the 4 people that did not are like, no, I'm taking you for everything you got. So it's not far from done. And I will say the one thing I will learn about Deshaun Watson is even if you settle, there is a chance that you can turn around. It's just going to take a lot of work. And I think whether the NFL suspends him or not, he knows he's getting suspended. I don't necessarily agree that he's going to be suspended for the rest of his career, but I can see a year because at the end of the day, in this society,
he'll probably definitely get the year suspension.
Those 4 that haven't settled, they want a big piece of his bag.
And then another added element is with what just happened with the Supreme Court, women have to feel some type of win. And I shouldn't win, but at the end of the day, this may be a cause for him to be like, you know what? I might have to be suspended for a year, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't have a chance to come back. It's like Tom Brady when they were doing the cheating and the Spygate or whatever. He could have kept fighting, but it's like, why do I have to keep going through the rigmarole? Let me just bite the bullet.
Instead, he smashed his cell phone.
How many times we have not done something to somebody in our family or our friends, but we had to take the high road because we knew for the greater good we had to kind of get past it. There's a possibility that did. Now, at the end of the day, it lets me know that this man is trying to work to be better. I don't know if he's innocent. I don't know if he's guilty. But what I do know is he cooperated in every faction possible. He did everything that they were asking for. He answered every question. He did everything that they asked him to do. If you are not someone that did not believe that you were innocent, you would not be doing that. You will be trying to find a way to get out of that. And he did not find a way to get out of that. He found a way to continue going on with that. Maybe his lawyers, and lawyers do this from my experience working lawyers do that and make you say, you know what? Because we can't lose, we have to settle.
I feel you.
Shout out to our listeners and viewers out there in podcast land. We got plenty of open lines. The StreamYard link should be in the comments.
Yeah, if you guys want to jump on, the link is right there. It's pinned at the top. But as far as my opinion about the whole situation, I think that
Will told me to be quiet. He was like,
I think it's actually possible that
I've had a long week, man.
This is a move that he's trying to do to not only save his reputation, but hush money has just become it's become a big thing. You know, not only in the NFL, but pretty
He's
much
got
anywhere.
plenty of it.
Anytime there's a situation like that, and Deshaun, obviously, I think that's why he wanted to have the highest guaranteed salary when he was negotiating his
What did he get?
contract
230,
in the Cleveland Browns.
350.
It was 230, I believe, and
The
that's
four
why he
that
was
haven't
negotiating with
settled,
these
they
teams.
each want to. The four that haven't
That's
settled,
why
they each
these-
have asked for a quarter of that 230.
James said something very interesting. He said that it's kind of hush money, but yet these women said they need compensation. So obviously they're getting what they want. So are you agreeing?
I'm
that
saying that hush money has become I'm saying
no,
that
but to
hush
be
money.
honest with you, but that's the point right there. It's like I said, that's where I realized I said this last week. It's really dependent upon the person and how they already feel. These women have said, and we know we can't get you and locked up and everything, so we're gonna go after your money. But you just said it's considered
to the
hush
accuser,
money.
it's
So you just said
compensation.
it's
To the
considered- but no-
accusee, it's hush money.
Is there any way I can finish my point?
Of course you can. I was just noticing.
So what I was actually saying was that if you look at a lot of cases where there's a lot of accusations, whether it's against athletes or anyone who has a lot of money, that has become a big thing. So I think that when he was negotiating his deal, that did play a role in why he wanted to have the highest guaranteed salary. And teams like Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints, and the other teams that were involved was not willing to give him that. But the Cleveland Browns were willing to give him that. And that is why he ended up going to the Cleveland Browns. As far as being suspended, he probably will still be suspended. Will he be suspended beyond a full season, going into maybe 6 games, 8 games next year? I don't see that happening. I think it's just going to be straight up year suspension, and then this stuff is gonna continue to follow him, just kind of like it was following with Ben Roethlisberger. Everyone was always saying stuff about Ben Roethlisberger no matter what, and they're gonna do the same thing with Deshaun Watson. So as much as he can try to fix his reputation, at the end of the day, a lot of people are just never going to be able to look at him the same way.
To live it down.
The terms of settlements are like semi-sealed documents, but I would love to know after everything's wrapped up how much of that 230 he had to trick out for the settlements. I'm going to say about 100 million of it. 100 million divided by 24, call it 25, 4 million apiece. I would do that.
That's crazy.
But at the end of the day, can you blame the guy? He knew his pockets was going to get hit deep. To be honest with you, the way to hit a man is in his money. So
get that bag.
All right, guys, we got to.
You're going to lose 100 million of it.
We got to wrap this segment up.
Yeah, let's go.
We got to wrap this segment up. When we come back, we're going to give our NFC South preview. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Gentlemen and ladies, the Gauntlet Podcast as well as the LinkedIn Podcast are both brought to you by Fanatics, the best place to shop for the freshest and latest fan gear and team memorabilia. Speaking of memorabilia, as you guys can see on the wall here, we got the autographed Brandon Graham. We got the autographed Nick Foles, Philly special. Got to rep the Super Bowl. And up here at the top, we got the OG. We got Dr. J in the house. We got Dr. J in the building. One of the best Sixers of all time. Autographed memorabilia is on sale right now for 30% off on Fanatics. Go and get it while it's hot. Get you some nice autographed pictures. Frame them up. Hang them up on the wall. Get the man cave popping. Use promo code free shipped or 24 ship for free shipping on your next item. Let's get back to the show.
Yes, absolutely, guys. So autographed sports memorabilia on sale right now. Make sure that you guys check out the links in the description. Whatever you guys on your next purchase, the channel and the Gauntlet Podcast will receive a small donation of your purchase. But with that being said, guys, we got to get to our NFC South preview.
That was a long commercial.
It was only 1 minute long.
Mine froze until the last 5 seconds.
So it's like we got the NFC South preview. Last week we did I forget what division we did last week. NFC North, I think.
Yep.
And we're going to continue the divisional previews. Let's be real, though. We're all going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we also got another caller in the house. We got Raphael joining the panel. What's up, Raphael?
What's up,
I'm
man?
very good right now.
What's up?
Hey, Raphael.
Hello.
He's even
So,
wearing red
Buccaneers-
like the Ninja Turtle.
Where's Donatello?
Buccaneers
Oh, you guys are terrible.
by a landslide.
I know. What's up, boss?
Saints,
What's going on?
the Saints on paper
Can you
probably
not
have.
speak for everybody, please? How you know everybody's going to vote
I'm
for
giving my
Buccaneers?
rankings first, and then I'm going to.
JFC.
Saints are coming into the second spot on paper. They probably have the best team, clearly, or the second best team, actually. But I wouldn't also be surprised if the Saints did disappoint a little bit, as we've seen them do in the past. They did go 7-9 for 3 straight seasons when Drew Brees and Sean Payton were still there, even though they seemed to have the best team in the NFC South for those seasons. They still were not able to perform, and they let people down. But barring any catastrophic injuries or anything, I see the Saints finishing second. Then it comes to the battle of the basement between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Very tough call for me, but I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers in third place because at the end of the day, I mean, they still do have like some decent football players on the team. They do have Christian McCaffrey, who's been battling injuries. They still have DJ Moore, who's a really good receiver. They have Jeremy Chin, who's a really good safety. So when you're looking at the Falcons, I mean, they have Kyle Pitts, they have Deion Jones, but who do they really have? I mean, you have Marcus Mariota as your quarterback, and I understand the Panthers have Sam Darnold. So
Mariota, hello.
it's kind of like a toss up between them, but they're both obviously trash. But I got the Panthers coming in third, and I got the Falcons coming in fourth place. The Falcons, I think, are one of the worst teams in the NFL.
I'm probably on par with Jimmy on this one. Absolutely Tampa Bay. And understand that as long as 12 is under center, they don't only have a shot to win the division. But if you let him in the playoffs, they got a real shot at the Super Bowl. But I've got Tampa winning this division. And then second, I got the Saints because
Carol.
They will be getting Winston back. Winston did go 5-2 as a starter before his injury, but I don't think that the Saints are strong enough for or better than the Buccaneers. However, we will see because I believe they retain much of, if not all of that defense, and they did shut out the GOAT at Tampa last season. But I do have the Saints as the second best team in the division. I'm actually going to go with. I think I'm going to switch it up here. I'm going to go with Atlanta at third. I think Mariota's a little bit. I mean, he's not. I know he hasn't had the career that people hope to be, or whatever he flamed out, whatever the case may be. I think he's a stopgap between Ryan and Ritter. It's going to be a matter of time before Ritter starts. But I believe Calvin Ridley may be coming back this season. So him and Kyle Pitts should definitely do numbers. The defense is another story, but the Carolina Panthers.
Ridley got suspended for the whole year. Remember?
For gambling, yeah.
Oh, for all this coming year? Shoot, that's right. But even still, I will still have the Panthers at number 4 unless they get Mayfield. Then it might change something. Because I have him as slightly better than Darnold. Go ahead,
Will.
So as you guys know, I'm a Panthers fan. So here are my rankings. Buccaneers, you got Tom Brady, Mike Evans, a bunch of great players on that team on the offense and defensive side of the ball. Let me finish, please. Jay, really? Thank you, Eric. Saints. Jameis Winston got hurt. That's what derailed their year last year. But they got a really good rookie in Olave, and they got Michael Thomas back. And they got Alvin Kamara. They're going to be a good team. They're not going to be they're going to be quite a bit of games behind the Bucs. Third, I go with my Panthers because I know Darnold has struggled and he's not that great of a quarterback. But like James said, you got McCaffrey, you got DJ Moore, you got Robbie Anderson. We got a good offensive tackle besides Taylor Moton to help protect the offense. We got a good young defense. We got Jeremy Chin, and we got Brian Burns and a few other pieces. And I think we can win maybe 8-ish games, 7-ish games,
You're kidding, right?
maybe 6. Dude, I'm just being optimistic about my team.
Vegas says 6.5. Or no,
Probably
6.
6 or 7 in there. And then I would go Atlanta. Again, you have Mariota as your quarterback. He hasn't had the career everyone thought he was. I like Mariota, but you still have a young team. You got Drake London, their rookie. You got Kyle Pitts. I don't see a lot from Atlanta, so I agree with the exact order that James has.
Okay, Raphael, you got in the NFC South.
For NFC South right here. Well, first, I'm going to say the first place is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they still got Tom Brady, which is the quarterback, which is the GOAT, well, the actual GOAT of the all-time for the NFL. And, of course, they had so many issues right here for the team Tampa Bay Buccaneers because, they had Nakobe soon because as soon as going to be joined or they're going to be like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or they go to another team. And, of course, I just saw Ron Gronkowski will probably retire. But I was thinking about it because when the secondary was supposed to Tampa Bay like weakness, because right now it's like a group with a great combination of continuity, experience, youth, and also high talent with Carlton Davis and Antoine Winfield Jr. At the second place, I will take the New Orleans Saints. Well, it's not very about it because we just saw the history of the Saints with Drew Brees and, of course, Sean Payton. Because last year, the second pick was just Pete Warner, have a nice rookie season. It's just like a forming with the good two of the Mario Davis. Also, they're so really deep about the quality reserves like PJ Williams, Randy Riley, of course, the second pick with Alon Taylor. The depth will be help anybody else. And one of the first items of the new coach, Dennis Allen, is the Andy Taysom Hill experiment, which is he was reserve tight end right now, and the team is with the backup Anthony Dalton. And the third place, I will put the Panthers because they have a lot of issues right here for the Carolina Panthers right here. Because first, Christian McCaffrey is still injured because after these monumental game against the Houston Texans, but it's just fell off with the injury. And then things are not really good because Tom doesn't seem like goes for anybody else because it's had no anywhere because he remembered over and over again with his last season with the New York Jets. And of course, the return of Cam Newton as the number one quarterback, it doesn't seem fit better. And all these Carolina Panthers fans, they need something great. They need something new. But they just renew another contract for Matt Rule. So it's just like, well, there's something like a ball situation. And of course, fourth place, I will put Atlanta Hawks. Because first of all,
Falcons.
that's the most improvement about the group out of the league.
Different bird seemed crappy team.
Because if Drake London doesn't pop up out of the gates, it will be rough. Because Desmond Ridder, who compared himself to Ryan Tannehill during the pre-draft, impression by Arthur Smith to replace Marcus Mariota. Because over the weak seats, it's like a fair over under guest. And they just got to pick one eye for Tyler Argine and Cordell Patterson, which is not conventional workhorse. And it's impossible to fit everything in one off season because I just realized that, well, remember that time that the Atlanta Hawks was candidate for the Super Bowl just like years ago? But right now, it doesn't seem like impossible because the online Johnson works at the left tackle and right guard. They just signed Jermaine Everett and Elias Wilkinson. That seems like a problem. That seems like a problem because it won't look. Actually, they had starting road over like Eric Davis. And it's very questionable about the future of Deion Jones and Troy Anderson.
Yeah.
And it had a defensive line like Marl Anderson and Anthony Roche will pay me like a snap right here, but I will send me like a porter positions. First, Tampa Bay. Second, New Orleans Saints. Third, Carolina Panthers. And last but not least, Atlanta Hawks. So that's it.
Damn, Raphael came ready for this.
I know, right?
This preview, man. Like,
He's on
I
one.
like that,
that was
Raphael.
good. Like,
Nice.
that was an awesome breakdown. But
It
JJ,
was
what you
thorough.
got in the NFC South?
You dang right he came, because I don't know half the names he talking about, but I'm looking for okay. But I will tell you this. Thank you for the insight on that. I made the joke earlier. Yes, I do think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have, because the most important player or position happens to be the best quarterback of all time. And even at his age, the way he trains, they have ability to be that top team in that division. What is interesting is, if I remember correctly, since he's been in that division, he's never beat the New Orleans Saints in the regular season. So, a way that kind of dynamic plays out is if the New Orleans Saints handle business with every other game and still kind of be par for the course with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, there is a very good chance that the Saints could overtake and win this division because with Jameis Winston, they were, I think, 5-0 or 5-2.
They were 5-2 before his injury.
Brady couldn't beat Matt Stafford in the regular season or the playoffs either. Just saying.
Fair enough. It's not as if that the Saints don't have the belief or the ability that they can win this division. I'll still have them at second, but I have both of the teams finished with the same record. It's just the conference and divisional records is going to be a little bit different, which is what puts Tom Brady and Tampa Bay above the New Orleans Saints. The third and fourth teams. It's like listen to Eric say battle for draft picks. I had to laugh when he said that because I was very
Speaking
high.
facts, though.
I was very high on the Carolina Panthers last year, but
So was
I do not think
Idiot.
they have enough for me to concretely say that they are going to finish third. To be very honest with you, I don't know because I don't think. When you mention, yes, Chris McCaffrey is a very impressive running back, a very impressive position guy in the NFL. But how do you value running backs as far as their contributions?
Also made of glass.
Team? You don't very rarely put them high on the list, and so it honestly could go either way. But I'm leaning towards Atlanta. Yes, it's not.
Come on, Aaron.
Damn.
Come on now.
At me though on that one. It's not the sip off, but yes, I can honestly say that I think that the Atlanta Falcons will finish above the Carolina Panthers because I think if I had to bank my money on what quarterback is going to consistently keep his team in games, I can bank on Marcus Mariota over Sam
For
Darnold.
7 games till he gets hurt?
I don't know if
I don't know.
Bucs,
You know what?
listen,
There's probably
okay,
a chance that
let's
Matt
wrap this
Corral
up. I'll
and
be quick.
Desmond Ritter could both be playing games at some point this
I
season.
think so.
The
I
Bucs-
honestly think
the
they
Bucs
both
11
do.
or 12 wins. Saints 9 or 10, and then in the basement it's no more than 11 wins between them. Whoever gets 6 wins, or maybe even 5, it's going 6-5 or 5-4 or 4-3. I'd be shocked if the Falcons and Panthers combined won 11 games. Shocked.
Eric
Yeah,
says
exactly.
Bucs 12-5,
Exactly. I think the
12-5 in
Saints
rest of the
might
division.
win more than 8 games. That's pretty accurate. I'm with that more than I'm not, Eric.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's how it ends up either.
Yep.
Cue the
All right,
music.
guys. So you know what it is now. Last few minutes of the show.
Dom did not give his prediction.
I just
thought
did.
Dom just did.
I said 11 or 12, 9 or 10, 5-6.
Oh,
And speaking of Dom, I'm going to do this per his request. For the non-sports topic, we're going to be going down to ice cream truck rolling down the street.
Why did you give it away? Just play the music.
I'm about to play the music.
Dude, yeah.
Technology
You
gives
didn't
me
play the
issues,
music.
bro.
You didn't have to say anything.
I'm
Just play
literally
the music.
playing the music. Shut your mouth.
It's the OG music. Someone needs to make a diss track.
It's the tech. StreamYard is not the best platform for doing this, if I'm being honest.
Oh my god.
But here we go.
Is it I am?
Oh, we're getting sued. Shout out to Master P.
Maybe we will, but we can afford it.
Hey, Deshaun, can I borrow 50 mil? We're getting sued.
I hope we get enough views that we do get contacted by his lawyers.
You can't play my
It's the Ice Cream Man. So Master P comes rolling down your street, or Big Worm.
I'm sorry.
We're getting sued.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So these are the choices, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, my main choice isn't
It's the
even
Ice
on.
Cream
Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
Woo. I mean,
I
do we
think
get,
you like to keep
one or
running.
do we get three? Or like, how many we picking?
You can only pick one.
One?
You only get to choose
Okay.
one.
Who goes
Okay.
first?
Off the bat, give me the creamsicle.
What?
All right, we'll stop it there.
Out the gate,
So,
give me the
guys,
cream.
out of
Okay.
those choices that we saw right there,
Put him back
I'll
up.
hold up one more time for the people watching.
All right.
What are you going with if you can only have one
Let's
of
go,
these
Jay.
ice creams?
Oh man, off the bat, give me the creamsicle. It was between that and the drumstick because I came up on drumsticks, but that creamsicle, and not only that, but NFL uniform was literally like named after it. Like, can't get more, the tangy
You got
outside and
The
the creamy
fighting
inside.
creamsicle.
Yeah, give me the creamsicle, man.
Will?
I'm going with I call it a chipwich. I don't know what the actual real term is. It's the cookie, 2 chocolate chip cookies and the ice cream in the middle.
Solid choice.
I call it a chipwich. Yeah, Dom.
Eric said he's going with the cookie sandwich. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Eric. Eric, you are my OG. We both thought the same.
Shout
Dom
out to Eric.
or Raphael?
I'm saying 3. First is Bomb
You
Pop.
said 1.
It's my segment. Shut up, Will.
Oh shoot.
Segment and my topic. Bomb Pop. Second is the strawberry shortcake. Third, not pictured, Choco Taco.
Ooh,
What if they're out of Bomb Pops?
True. My second would probably be the one with the gumball eyes, and then the third would be like the 4th of July red, white, and blue.
Oh, the actual
Pop
pop.
those.
JJ, speak on it.
Go ahead, JJ.
I'll let Raphael go, and I will.
Yeah, go ahead, Raphael.
Okay, so when I was born in Barquisimeto, Venezuela, I always run away from the ice cream man, and I always getting with the cornetto, which is a drumstick, which is a perfectly ice cream with the cone, and it had like vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. And when I was a kid, my favorite ice cream, which is the cornetto, which is a drumstick, and I always ask my father or my grandfather to take him out the money to buy one drumstick. And
So it was like a Neapolitan drumstick?
Well, there's one Neapolitan.
You said chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry, right?
Yes. They had 3 different flavors. One there's vanilla, there's another chocolate, and there's a strawberry. But they have a drumstick. They have a vanilla ice cream with a cone with a chocolate sour right here. They just called Super Tornado, which is a super drumstick, and that's one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
I think Eric just gave me detention.
Yeah, I think so too.
He told you to shut your mouth.
He said, "Watch your lips."
Watch your lips, Dom.
What? Like that video
I
from
don't think
Sword
I didn't
Swords.
cuss. I have not cussed all show.
No,
I don't
saying
want-
watch your lips because you had a terrible take about ice cream. Like who in the hell would pick a freaking Choco Taco as their favorite ice cream? Like, you're the only person that I've seen that said Choco Taco is my number 1 ice cream. I'm just saying.
No, that was my third
I'm not
one.
saying. I'm just saying.
That was my
Jay.
third one. Bomb Pop is number 1.
Bomb Pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
JJ, what you got?
I like
Look at the
popsicles.
choices again.
So when he says Bon Pop, Jay, I know you can remember that in Living Single episode when they were going to ice cream truck and Maxine was like, Bon Pop, baby. Bon Pop.
Yeah.
Bon Pop.
Yeah.
Bon Pop, baby. So I love that point. But,
Yeah,
for me,
goated by Tootie herself.
For me, give me. I thought it was always known as the firecracker, but give me the red, white, and blue, and the red, white, and blue junior. Because
That's why you're my guy, JJ.
I remember as a kid getting home around 4:45 and having my mom be like, "Can you give me $1, $2?" and running out and getting that firecracker. I miss being a kid for that simple
Don't
reason
we all?
of having that
And yo,
food truck
listen.
pop up with that scary freaking music that they used in it, and now give me a firecracker.
They were called firecracker because Faygo makes a beverage now, and it's called Fireworks, and it tastes like carbonated bomb pops. And that Smirnoff red, white, and blue tastes like it with booze.
So we know bomb pop is superior, okay? Because you was not going to let this up until we recognize bomb pop, like Maxine said. Bomb pop, bomb pop.
Bomb pop.
So
Okay, so for my pick,
you're going
Spider-Man.
frog spit, aren't you?
Okay,
You're going frog spit, aren't you?
He's gonna
frog
pick
spit
Spider-Man.
for the win.
getting Spider-Man and the snow cone for my second one. My third one.
I love that episode.
Wait a minute. For my third one, I'll just get like a classic ice cream sandwich.
Let me get that gauntlet cone from the top right corner.
Put it back.
Go back to it. Let me get that gauntlet cone.
Yeah.
Taco.
Yeah.
It's because
our logo
right up.
Let me get that
right on the cone too.
Go Taco. Holler at us. We need a new sponsor.
I would if I had to pick a third.
Gauntlet Podcast brought to you by Choco Taco.
We need to get an ice cream. We need to get an ice cream sponsor.
In Canada as a Klondike taco.
We can let Bluebell review.
It's goat because it's Klondike. I'm gonna talk to those Choco Taco people right now.
Here you go with Choco Taco.
Good humor, bro. Our logo was on it. That's a sign.
My dude. Chocolate and taco are two things I never thought would be in the same sentence.
But they are.
But they are. Now I will say, if I had to pick a third, I'm gonna go with the strawberry shortcake on the bottom row.
I would go with the ice cream sandwich with the the vanilla and the chocolates. I feel
I mean, there's so many. Like if someone offered to buy you one, you'd eat any one of those. I'm all about that frog.
Give me them all.
I definitely would not eat.
Give me that frog spit.
If someone buys me a Dora, I'm smacking it out your hand. No questions asked.
I'm unwrapping it, holding on to the stick, and smacking you with Dora.
If someone freaking buys me a Dora, I'm smacking out your hand. Plain and simple.
If you give me a firecracker with Amsterdam pineapple inside, that'd be the best thing.
Hey, I got you.
Anyway, guys, we went to 4 minutes. Extra overtime with the non-sports topic. So it was a fantastic show. I want to give a thank you
Percy Miller.
I want to give you a thank you to Will and Raphael for being our callers tonight. You guys are the best. Thank you guys for joining the show tonight. If you guys would like to have an opportunity to tell anyone about your YouTube channels or podcasts or anything that you guys like to do, feel free to do so right now.
Yeah, I'll go real fast. So Monday during the regular season, I am on the NBA Carousel covering the Charlotte Hornets and the Memphis Grizzlies. Thursdays, I'm on Megan Price's Sip Off, hosted by Megan Price and Jahan Phillips. I am occasionally trying to be a guest on the Gauntlet more and more often because I want a basketball show in the mix of my week because I have basketball shows all week. I'm sorry, football show because I have a mix of basketball shows. And then lastly, tomorrow night, on Sunday nights, we have Basketball Bros. That's Jay, Dom, Jacob, and I. And tomorrow's a really good episode. We are talking about NBA draft-related things.
Interesting. Raphael, what about you, bro?
Please do not talk about Kwame Brown. That's all I ask.
No, we're not doing busts. Don't worry.
Kwame.
What a bum, though.
We'll be funny.
Okay, so my YouTube channel is Rafael Chassin, and for over the last days, I was making an interview web series called Face to Face, which is an interview web series that we talking about the most important hot topics on sports and non-sports, and of course stories that inspire us. And of course, I'm gonna do the trying to. Well, I was regularly a guest and invited, not only on AK Eagles podcast, also for all of these
Awesome.
NFL content creators for out there. And to be honest, my YouTube channel is almost 10 for over 200 subscribers. And right now I'm gonna do for the next week, I'm gonna do like a special Captain's Corner, which is for the 4th of July, and of course August 9th, which is my birthday. I'm gonna do it with a call-in birthday, so everybody's invited, so everybody else, and of course, is anything else, and of course, El Capitan Rafucio's always support for each one of these content creators right here, and there's always much love and respect to anybody else. So,
yes, sir.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely,
Thanks for coming
Raphael.
on,
Thank you,
Raphael.
Raphael.
We
It was great
appreciate
having,
you.
both of you guys
Yes.
on the show tonight. We will definitely do more call-ins like this in the future because it was so successful.
I
Well,
got
that
one
being said,
question
guys-
though.
What's your question?
What happened to the Sports Moron intro?
Oh crap! I forgot to do it this week.
I
Starting
know
next
you
week,
did.
special surprise. Special surprise. That's on
Thank
me.
you,
I'll take that.
Raphael.
I'll take
Literally,
that.
I will.
But we will see
Yeah,
you guys
you came with
next
the knowledge,
Saturday.
Raphael. We appreciate you.
We will see you next Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, talking everything with the NFL. See you guys next time.